Kenny Hardaway Southern T back with another EP. YouTube. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy when you roll on in. We here for a good time and a long time this morning. But whether y'all here for a good time or a long time, if y'all could do your boy a solid, hit that thumbs up for your boy. If it's your first time, if you could do your boy another solid, right? Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button as well. We talk this good boxing every day, not just today. I see I got 7 people in the building right now. Y'all get your boy right bright and early. I had did my last video. That thing was every bit of 8 minutes. And of course, YouTube stream y'all turn my video yellow for whatever reason. You know what I mean? So we go keep it rolling on along. You know what I mean? We go keep it rolling on along. We go get right. We go get right this morning with a boxing conversation. I didn't have a boxing conversation with y'all at all yesterday. So that means I know I'm gonna have a few boxing conversations with y'all today. You know what I mean? But the first one of the day, we go get the morning started off right. We go get the morning started off right. Break it down. We go talk about what Bomac had to say about his fighter turns Crawford's possible, right? More than likely, right? It's looking like at first it was a rumor, right? When I dropped it months ago, right? It was a rumor, right? It was a rumor. And then, people started to believe it a little bit. And now you got Bomac himself talking about, Alexis Rocha. So I'm guessing when Southern T dropped that little snippet about, Alexis Rocha possibly being his next mandatory in WBO ranking, that wasn't just cap. Apparently, it's some truth to it because now you got Bomac. Speaking on, Alexis Rocha in a possible fight, right? But Bomac has something that I thought was interesting to say about his fighters, Bud Crawford's next opponent, right? And basically, what Bomac had to say is about Alexis Rocha is that he said Bud should easily walk through. I'm at a YouTube jail finally, for sure, y'all, for sure. He said that Terrence Bud Crawford should very easily walk through Alexis Rocha. Now, when I first heard that, it was a little wild to me for a couple of different reasons, right? The main reason it was a little wild to me because Bomac, right, is the same guy who, when Bud Crawford was fighting David Avanesian, right, in the midst of a Earl Spence, contract negotiation, or in the midst of a Earl Spence fight, or whatever, right? I think it's crazy that you get Bomac with Bud coming out his last fight versus David Avanesian. You get Bomac coming out for this fight saying that he feels like Bud this is going to look like a glorified sparring match for Bud Crawford. But when it was David Avanesian, you was trying to gas up to us David Avanesian as if he was a good fighter. And if you ask me, Alexis Rocha is a much better fighter than David Avanesian, right? So if you was going to downplay an opponent, most definitely David Avanesian would have been the opponent to downplay. You told us David Avanesian was a good fighter, and it's not going to be an easy fight for Bud. But you get in the ring versus a guy like Alexis Rocha, right? And Bomac feels like it's going to be a cakewalk. Now, that was my problem with it, right? But the actual problem with what's being said is that even if you felt that David Avanesian was a harder fight than Alexis Rocha, which is really not. What's good, Bruce Gas? Appreciate you sliding through. Let me say what's up to everybody in the building first, man. Let me not be rude. What's good, Damon, man? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Damon, man. Don't know if that was last night or this morning, but greatly appreciate you. Yoda Wise, what's good, Yoda? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Them TWTs in the building. Yoda Wise, Damon, man. No smoke. Let's get it. He said, let's keep it pushing. You know we got to, man. We got to. Pablo Escobar. He said the crack of dawn, Sudden T with the boxing talk. Really appreciate y'all sliding through. If y'all could hit that thumbs up for your boy. Big Tex, what's good, family? TWT in the building. Love seeing them two TWTs. You know what I mean? In the building. Pugilism was good. Pugilism. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, G. Pugilism always got a good input on the subject. So let's see what Pugilism had to say. He said Bud just stand warmed up as they roll out these 23 opening acts. If Bud the one cherry picking, he's only cheating himself. Spence not threatened by cherry picking Bud, if that's the case. What's good? What's good? Bruce Gas, what's good? Bruce Gas. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Bruce Gas. Y'all got 12 people in the building. If y'all in the building, y'all ain't hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up for your boy. Let YouTube know that we live bright and early. I know it ain't I know it's other people live right here, right? I know y'all gotta get to work. You know what I mean? If it ain't too much, y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. He said Bomac talking about Rocha like he a bucket of chicken, easy pickings. Right. For Bomac, right. You know what I mean? And this and what I'm saying is I think this fight is a more difficult fight for Bud Crawford than the David Avenija fight. I'm a little confused as to why he trying to downplay Alexis Rocha, but he was pumping up David Avenija. Rocha is a lot better than David Avenija, if you asking me. Now I don't think neither guy stands a real shot at beating Bud Crawford, right? I don't think neither of these guys are the level of Bud Crawford, right? But I tell you this, right? I say this before I get in, go a little farther. I tell you this, with the way Bud looked against David Avenija, I think Bomac should be, a little worried about Bud Crawford going into this fight with Alexis Rocha, right? Because David Avenija is a guy who's not considered a puncher. He's not considered an inside fighter, not considered a brawler, you know what I mean, or nothing like that. And Bud Crawford, he had to go in, he had to bite down, and he had to get David Avenija, up out of there. Bud Crawford came out against Avenija. He was trying to box early. Well, he tried to box early, right? But eventually Bud Crawford just settled into, trading with David Avenija. And he eventually got him up out of there. You know what I mean? But if he's going to looking at the David Avenija fight, right? I thought he would walk through David Avenija a little more smoother, a little more cleaner, right? Than he walked through David Avenija. I believe Alexis Rocha is a step up from David Avenija, which ain't saying much, right? But I believe Alexis Rocha is indeed a step up from David Avenija, right? Alexis Rocha is a better inside fighter than David Avenija, which is where, as of late, right, Bud Crawford has been fighting most of his fights. Alexis Rocha is a more he's a more powerful puncher than David Avenija. David Avenija was never considered, a power puncher or even a puncher in general, for that matter. Right, Alexis Rocha does have more than a few stoppages on his record. Right, you know what I mean? Bomac is saying that this right here is going to be a cakewalk. Now, this most definitely should be a fight that Bud Crawford wins. But I don't necessarily agree with him saying that this fight is going to be a cakewalk. Most definitely a winnable fight for Bud, right? But a cakewalk, I don't think. I don't think so. But I think it's interesting that Bomac feels that way. And my thing is, if you're Bomac and you feel like your fighter's next opponent is going to be a cakewalk, why would you publicly say that? You know what I mean? Knowing their position that Bud Crawford is in, right, with the people in the media right now, knowing everybody's still on edge, a little anxious about the Earl Spence thing. Why would you, being Terrence Crawford's trainer, right, come out and tell the world that his next fight is going to look like a sparring match, right? The thing with the Alexis Rocha fight, most people, and I'm not one of those guys, right? Because I respect Alexis Rocha, his game and what he brings to the table. But most people, a lot of people, they're upset about Bud Crawford fighting Alexis Rocha. And I don't think it's a whole lot to do with Alexis Rocha. I think it's more so to do with, Bud Crawford and people wanting Bud Crawford, to fight a certain fighter, wants Bud Crawford to fight Errol Spence, right? I don't think Alexis Rocha is, a ground level opponent, right? Alexis Rocha only has that one loss to Speedy Rashidi Ellis. If I'm not mistaken, it was a split decision loss to Speedy Rashidi Ellis. Speedy Rashidi Ellis is just getting his first loss of his career, last year, in another split decision, So for him to only have one loss to Speedy Rashidi Ellis, I'm not throwing Alexis Rocha away, just yet. I actually think that Alexis Rocha is dangerous in this fight. which is why I'm a little confused as to why Bomac will come out and say the stuff that he's saying, right? Me personally, I feel like that is not true. I feel like Alexis Rocha is a pretty good opponent, right? And for two, it's just a bad look with you being Bud Crawford's trainer coming out and throwing his opponent, with you being Bud Crawford's trainer coming out throwing his opponent under the bus. When I think this is a better opponent than the last opponent. Pugilism said Rocha going to hang in that pocket and introduce what Spence feel like getting out of first gear. He's a tune-up. He's a tune-up for Bud. Yep, yeah, I believe so. He's objectively thinking. Bud, the one tuning up and prepping for Spence on the stage, doing small circuit fights. Spence gearing up behind the scenes, it seems. So pugilism, right? What you saying with that comment is, I'm gonna turn it. I'm gonna step back there. Right. So pugilism, what you saying is, pugilism is, you feel like that behind the scenes, Earl and Bud are actually preparing for one another. You think that Bud Crawford is using David Avenesian and using what's this boy name, Alexis Rocha, as a measuring stick for Errol Spence? Is that what you're saying? Now pugilism. If you was anybody else, I will completely throw away that rhetoric, right? But because I like you and I know you're here, I want to entertain it for a second, buddy. So if Bud Crawford was going to fight Errol Spence now, right? So if that's what they doing, right? If he trying to prepare himself to fight Errol Spence, why didn't he just fight Errol Spence last year when they had that grand opportunity, right? He said most deaf fight going down, just not on our time. So after this Alexis Rocha fight, right, pugilism, we supposed to be, back on board with the Earl and Bud in the negotiation thing. I truly believe that fight has ran its course, man. Bud Crawford not fighting Earl, man. He moving on with his career. That's what I think Bud Crawford is doing right now. That's why he's taking these fights. He moving on with his career. He said, wasn't Spence him at the Bud fight happening a few days ago? Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge, buddy. Not to my knowledge, pimp. Not to my knowledge, pimp. I ain't heard him say nothing about it. He said they don't want that Super Bowl until Jake Paul takes a loss and Ryan hypes temper downs. These markets to corner YouTube celebrity market had to be concerned and taken care of before the boxing. If it was the Thurman fight, it would have got announced by now. Yeah. Earl Spence made they looking to stage Earl Spence to fight, you know what I mean, for the summer. Now, the only reason that the Bud Crawford and Earl Spence fight may or may not happen right is because I know Earl Spence do want to fight. But what I'm thinking is Bud Crawford's not gonna fight him. I think it makes sense for Bud Crawford and his people. I think it makes sense for Bud Crawford and his people to talk about the Earl Spence fight, you know what I mean, before their fights, because they fight guys like Alexis Rocha, right? Guys who's not going to really bring in a big crowd. They fight guys like David Avenesian, guys who not really go bring in a big crowd. So I think in order to get us interested in those fights, in order to garner, attention for those fights, I think Team Crawford, they use the Earl Spence fight is right around the corner. It's always like the Earl Spence fight is right around the corner. Right now, I feel you, pugilism. I feel you, pugilism and whatnot, right? But really pay attention, man. The Earl Spence fight is always right around the corner. When he fought Sean Porter, who was Bud Crawford, in contract negotiations with, right? Who was he saying that he wanted to fight after the Sean Porter fight? He said he wanted to fight Earl Spence after the Sean Porter fight, right? He fought Sean Porter. he went to the lake. He said, "Big fish, where you at? Where your bitch ass at?" Right, right. That was after the Sean Porter fight. He was supposed to fight Bud, right? And then Errol Spence fought Udonis Ugas, and then supposedly him and Bud Crawford started negotiating, right? And then he was supposed to fight Errol Spence after Errol Spence fought Ugas, right? And then all of a sudden, Bud Crawford came out and he fought David Albanese. And now, after David, people was telling me, "Oh, he just gonna fight Dave. What's good, A17?" People was telling me, "Oh, well, after David Albanese, I'm gonna bring my camera up, y'all." People was telling me, I'm getting myself together. People was telling me after David Albanese, right? Oh yeah, man, him and Earl gonna fight. He just got to get warmed up. You don't want him to go in there after a year and not fight. You don't want him, at a disadvantage. You want him at his best, right? So he fought David Albanese, then he's supposed to fight Earl, and now he's about to fight Alexis Rocha. Y'all see where I'm going? Y'all see the pattern? Y'all notice the pattern here? Y'all notice the pattern here? I notice the pattern here. I noticed the pattern that Errol Spence is always one fight away when it comes to Bud Crawford. Like Errol Spence is never there. He's always one fight away. Errol Spence is always Bud Crawford's next fight. Errol Spence is always Bud Crawford's next fight, right? Bud Crawford has been fighting Errol Spence next for at least the last 3 fights of his goddamn career. You know what I mean? He's been fighting Errol Spence next for at least the last 3 fights of his career. Yo, I got 17 people in the building. Can I get all 17 y'all to hit their thumbs up? Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, whether you just passing through. I know a lot of us got to go to work. I know there's other people live right now. Greatly appreciate if y'all could hit that thumbs up for your boy. Let you know that we live. I don't know if it's your first time, but if you could, not make it your last time, hit that subscription button as well. When you roll on in, we having us a boxing conversation. We're talking about what Bomac had to say, about Bud Crawford and his next opponent. Now I'm just having a conversation with my guy Pugilism. Now I'm having a conversation with my guy Pugilism about him feeling like that, they're setting up the Errol Spence Bud Crawford fight. You know what I mean? Now with these fights that's going down. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. What? Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. What's good, y'all? He said, Spence, Bud, that fight, man, nobody dropping that bag. He said if it was a Thurman fight, it'd be announced by now. I'm not sure if it's going to be, a Keith Thurman fight. You know what I mean? Errol Spence don't really want to fight Keith Thurman. Errol Spence wanted to fight Bud Crawford. We all know Errol Spence never really wanted to fight Keith Thurman. Errol Spence for Thurman makes sense for the PBC. The PBC wants Errol Spence to fight Keith Thurman because it would do good in ticket sales. It would do good for the company and for for the ratings wise. Inside, that's the in-house fight that makes sense for the PBC. That's more so of a PBC thing. Errol Spence wanted to get undisputed at 147. Errol Spence feel like fighting Keith Thurman at 147 is a waste of time because Keith don't got a strap, right? Unless Keith ended up fighting, for that WBC belt, and then you got a different situation going on, right? Appreciate that, yo. He said, I just saw heavyweight undisputed fight off now. The fatty is at fault. Oh, yeah, I told you that, Pablo. I told y'all that, Pablo. But I want to stay on point, right? I want to hit on a little more, get a little more insight on what Bomac said. Want to talk about a little bit more, in depth on what Bomac said and what I think of what Bomac is saying. He said, Bud an overachiever. He didn't have a tight rank machine like Shakur and Keyshawn does now. Young Boys was favored over Bud back then. Yep. I already know. You know what I mean? But we about to read the exact comments. He just say, bro, Tyron got these boys really believing in Lorenzo. Who's Lorenzo, bro? He's overachieving my net. Y'all got 17 people in the building. Y'all hit that thumbs up for the boy. I'm about to read the exact comments that Bomac made. I'm about to read the exact comments that Bomac made. He said, "How is the bud that is going to make Alexis Rocha but a threat?" I'm about to read exactly what Bomac had to say. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. We finna keep it rolling. We about to keep it rolling. We about to keep it rolling. Bomac said he felt like Alexis Rocha is going to be a sparring match, right? And what really blew me is me watching that David Avanesian fight. What really blew me was that David Avanesian fight. I'm not gonna say Bud struggled in that David Avanesian fight, right? The reason that this comment really blew me, I'm not gonna say that Bud struggled in that David Avanesian fight, but I will say that I thought David Avanesian would get dealt with a little easier than Bud dealt with him. And I'm a Bud Crawford fan, so understand when I say this, I'm not speaking from a place of hate. I'm speaking from a place of I was gonna watch that fight regardless. You know what I mean? I felt like the last fight was supposed to be a glorified sparring session, and that turned into a real fight. That turned into you really having a fight, David Avanesian. But really had to dig down, to get David Avanesian out of there. But I just think it's funny that you had the Bud fans and everybody's talking about how great of a fight Alexis Rocha is, and I do think Alexis Rocha is a pretty decent fight. It's most definitely a better fight than Avanesian, right? You had most of the Bud fans talking about how great of a fight that this fight is between Rocha and Bud, right? And I think it's a decent fight, but Bomac himself don't even believe that this fight is competitive. What's good, Tate Tate? MMA. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Tate Tate. Glad you can make it, Queen. She said, "Good morning, chat. At work, listening. Many blessings. Greatly appreciate everybody sliding through this thing that's at work and whatnot. Y'all the real MVPs. I got 20 people in the building. Can I get all 20 of y'all to hit that thumbs up for your boy? Let YouTube know that we live. Let YouTube know that we talking this good boxing. We talking about some of the comments that Bomac had to make about Buzz Crawford next opponent, Alexis Rocha. You know what I mean? And I actually disagree with Bomac here. I think your last fight was a bit of a sparring match, right? And I think actually if y'all not on top of y'all game in this fight, me personally, Southern T personally, I feel like they got something to worry about in this fight with Alexis Rocha. A lot of people didn't watch Bud versus David Avanesian. A lot of us just heard about the end result. I actually sat there and I watched that fight. And with me sitting there watching that fight, man, I saw cause for concern. You know what I mean? Some of those exchanges, you know what I mean? Avanesian was getting the better of Bud. Some of those exchanges, Avanesian was able to, walk through Bud's defense. He was able to, catch Bud spinning on the angles. Bud was turning Avanesian, spinning on the angles, and Avanesian was still catching him. You know what I mean? Some of those times, Avanesian was still catching him. You know what I mean? I felt like the last one should have been a sparring session, right? And it turned out to not necessarily be a sparring session, right? Bud had to, dig down a little bit in that fight. Now you got Bomac coming out saying Rocha gonna be a sparring section. Rocha is a better opponent than your last opponent, and I think that last opponent, gave you not more than you can handle, but he gave you more than enough. So I think if Bomac coming to her thinking that Alexis Rocha just about to lay down, I think they could be in for a surprise. Now y'all know how they say, when you cherry pick, eventually it's going. I do think it's a chance, right? I do think it's an opportunity here for, a cherry pick gone wrong kind of scenario. If Bomac ain't taking this thing serious, if Bomac ain't taking Alexis Rocha seriously, I most definitely believe it's room for, an upset here. right? I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna hop on the train and just tell you because I'm better than that. I do too much work. I know too much boxing, right? I know too much about both of these fights to tell you that. Oh yeah, like Bomac. Oh yeah, this gonna be a sparring match. It's not gonna be a sparring match. It's a match Bud is supposed to win. But watch Bud Crawford last fight. Bud Crawford is slowing down. Bud Crawford is slowing down, man. Alexis Rocha is a 25-year-old in his prime. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be able to stand there in those pockets and take some of those punches that you took from David Avenesian from Alexis Rocha. He's just not gonna be able to do it. You know what I mean? But this let you know what Bomac think about his fighter's next opponent. That's my whole thing. Forget what I think. I'm just a fan, right? The trainer actually believes this fight is going to look like a sparring match, contrary to what I believe, right? And I think that's why you will still put your fighter in a fight like that, knowing it's a sparring match. But I had, Bud fans, right, beforehand telling me Alexis Rocha is going to be a great fight. I don't think it's going to be a great fight. I do think he's going to challenge Bud, right? But you got the owner. I said the owner, my bad. You got the trainer telling you that, oh, man, this should look like a sparring match. So if it don't look like a sparring match, that means that Bomac failed Bud as well. But I digress. A17 said he better not let that motherfucker beat up on him at all. A1, did you watch let me put my boy coming up there. A1, did you watch real question, A1? A17. Did you watch A1 and 8-1 be sounding the same, especially when my country has said, you know what I mean? But 8-1. A1. Did you watch the Avenesian fight? Real question. Did you watch the Avenesian fight? You said he better not let that motherfucker beat up on him at all. A17. Avenesian beat up on Bud a little bit in the last fight. You know what I mean, bro? He beat up on him a little bit in the last fight. Just a little bit, you know what I mean? Not too much, but enough to catch the eye. You know what I mean? And I think that Alexis Rocha is better than David Avenesian. You know what I mean? He said, I didn't watch that bullshit. Yeah, see, so let me, what's good, big dog? He said, that's why Khan let Bud win. Tight pussy, Asian fat. Shout out my guy, Big Dog Willie, in that super chat. Glad you can make it, King. TWT in the building. Love seeing them. Seeing them TWTs. Love seeing them TWTs. Is it? I didn't. Oh yeah. But yeah, though, like y'all, if y'all didn't watch that junk, I challenge y'all. If y'all didn't watch that junk, I challenge y'all, man, to go watch that Bud Crawford versus David Avenesian fight. Not just the highlights of it, but if you can find the whole fight, watch the whole fight. Avenesian challenged Bud a little bit, you know what I mean? Just my eyes, right? What I saw, right? I saw early in that fight, Bud was actually trying to, box him a little bit. Right, Quinn Brown. Shout out my guy, Quinn Brown. That's basically what it is, right? That's basically what it is. He having a step-up exhibition match. You know what I mean? Basically. What's good, Big Dog? Shout out my guy, Big Dog. Salute to you too, TWT. If y'all got that TWT behind y'all name, just know when I tell y'all I love y'all, I really love y'all folks. Y'all folks really my family. Shout out to the TWT fam. Speaking of TWT fam, shout out my guy, Brian Corbett, in that super chat with the 5 smackaroos. He said, top of the top to my guy. Greatly appreciate you, King. Shout out my guy, BC. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, we having a conversation on about what Bomac had to say about Bud Crawford's next opponent. Particularly right here, I disagreed with Bomac, thinking this fight is going to be a sparring match. But the fact that Bomac feels that way and that he's saying it, I think that that says enough about Bud Crawford and where his career is at right now. It's a lot of question marks, a lot of questions. And now you got your trainer coming out saying, yeah, your next fight going to be a cakewalk. Everybody thought your last fight was a cakewalk. Now you got your trainer coming out saying this fight going to be a cakewalk. And all this is in the midst of you supposed to be fighting Earl Spence. You know what I mean? For Bomac got every shit up. Because y'all remember correctly, I wish BFTV was here. BFTV was here last night on my chill session. Shout out BFTV. Boy, do great work. You know what I mean? I wish BFTV was here, right? Bomac got to learn when to shut the hell up because Bomac is the one that exposed the whole Bomac is the one that exposed the whole. Oh yeah, Terrence Crawford could have fought Earl Spence. Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford told Earl Spence. Not goddamn Terrence Crawford. My bad, y'all. I hit the button. I forgot what I was talking about. I hit the button. I forgot what I was talking about. He said, "Good morning, everyone. Getting my hair. Either cutting my hair, getting ready for work, running late. BC, you always running late. Shout out my guy, BC. Shout out my guy, BC. Yo, I had to move the show. It's still early. I'm gonna let Baby have a space. I'm gonna let Baby have a space. We gonna move that thing. We gonna move this thing around. We gonna move this thing around. Well, yeah, all right, bet. Okay, I'm back now. I'm back. I'm gonna finish up in here. But yeah, Bomac was the one. But appreciate the shout. My guy A17. That's where I was. A1. My nigga A17. That's where I was. Let me code this though. My bad. Bomac got to learn when to be quiet, y'all. Right? Because Bomac was the one that told us. Bomac was the one that the gasoline. Damn. All right, okay. Damn. All right. Bomac got to learn when to shut the fuck up. Because Bomac was the one that told us that Terrence Crawford could have actually fought Earl Spence Jr. before he even came up to 147, right? Straight out of his mouth. In the thick of the Earl Spence Bud Crawford thing. Bomac came out, messed around, ran his mouth, told the truth. I wish BFTV was in here. BFTV came through here last night. Shout out my dog BFTV. BFTV got Bomac to admit that they avoided Earl Spence in the beginning. You know what I mean? And Bud Crawford said that himself. He said, I don't want to fight Earl. I want to fight Manuel Thurman. Those are the guys, right? So he told us before he was going to avoid him. Bomac confirmed that they could have fought him and they chose to fight Jeff Horn. You know what I mean? You know, so it's been confirmed many times, right? What happened in the beginning. But it's been Bomac's fault both times. Bomac got to learn when to be quiet. You got Bomac saying you could have fought Earl Spence, but you fought Jeff Horn. And now you got Bomac saying that your next opponent is going to be a sparring match. You get what I'm saying? Yes, I did, big dog. I did a video on it, big dog. I did a video on the big dog early this morning, bro. Yes, I did. I enjoyed watching that. I enjoyed watching that, big dog. I did see that jump. Big dog. That shit was worth it. It was worth it. That's why I'm so happy now. Why I got all this energy? Because I did that video first. Dog, big dog. That's how I wanted to wake up, bro. That's how I wanted to wake up right there, TWT. That's how I wanted to wake up. That's how I wanted to start my day. I saw that jump, bro. I got right after bed. I was ready. To go. I saw that jump, bro. I was ready to go, bro. Right? But let's digress, right? Let me get to the article, right? I've been here goddamn 36 minutes, and I still ain't read the article, right? Did this thing about. I still ain't told y'all exactly what Bomac said out of his mouth. Which I know. Jay. Jay. Shit made my day, bro. Shit made my day, fam. And 170 said if it didn't make sense in October, what changed in January? He was with Showtime. Then in January. So did you just try to say that to save face for budget? Hey, what's good, beautiful? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, beautiful. Glad you can make it. Shout out to beautiful Rocha. Glad you can make it. Now my morning is really made. What's good, beautiful? Hugs and kisses. Nah, you good, brother. You good, brother. You know, I don't be censoring shit over here at Southern T. You know, Southern T don't censor shit. They be T problem. Though they say T problem is. T don't know how to control his show. Well, I could just kick everybody up off this motherfucker and it could just be me. But what's the fun in it? You know what I mean? They were just about to express yourself, man. Because I'm going to express myself. I don't want nobody trying to censor me and shit. I'm going to express myself. You know what I mean? Talk this shit. But I digress, right? I digress. Let's go and get into this article. Y'all got 20 people in the building right now. I need all 20 of y'all to hit that thumbs up for your boy. It's bright and early. You know what I mean? Let YouTube know that we live. Let YouTube know that we talking this good boxing. Let YouTube know where you at. Let YouTube know that you're in the building. Hit that thumbs up. Help get your boy in the algo. Get your boy percolating, twerking, and all that good stuff. Greatly appreciate y'all sliding through. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world, but y'all chose to be here, and I'm glad that you're here. You know what I mean? But I digress. Alexis Rocha's close but clear defeat at the hands of Speedy Rashidi Ellis in 2020 pushed him down the welterweight ladder. But while his immediate stock has plunged, he slowly but surely steadied up the ship. With 6 consecutive victories underneath his belt, the 25-year-old now finds himself in front of the championship line. Quick. What's good, quick? Appreciate you sliding through. Glad you can make it. We about to get into the thick. I'm about to finally get to the article, right? I done talked y'all ear off 39 minutes about, what the hell I think. I'm finna let y'all know exactly what both, had to say, type deal. And then we gonna go from there, right? What's good, Will? Shout out my guy, Will, old school. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Will. Glad you can make it, pimp. Glad you can make it. Y'all could hit that thumbs up for your boy when you roll on in. He said thanks to the aspiring run. Terence Crawford, the division's WBO titleist, was recently mandated to defend his crown against the suddenly surging contender. So Alexis Rocha and versus Terence Crawford is official. It's the official thing, so it's already been mandated. I was saying right months ago that he was in line to be mandated. I smooth didn't even know that they already officially mandated him. So officially, they already mandated Alexis Rocha. So that fight pretty much set in stone. You know what I mean? But guess what? Trump's a mandatory, a unification, or undisputed. But I digress, right? When last seen, the California native was pounding George Ashley to the tune of a 7-round stoppage win January 28th. Still, despite blasting out numerous foes over the years, Brian Bomac McIntyre, trainer of Terence Crawford, is ho-hum on Rocha's chances for their possible showdown. This is Bomac words, quote, unquote. Karma, what's good, Karma? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Karma. Glad you can make it, Queen. Glad you can make it. The beautiful Miss Karma. Let me drop the flames one time for the Queen. So this is what Bomac had to say, right? Bomac said a good sparring match, said Bomac. Crawford gonna dominate his ass, said Bomac. Domination will be the appropriate word used to describe the career of the 35-year-old thus far. In addition to getting world titles at 135, 140, and 147, Crawford's recent track record in the welterweight division has been extraordinary. I beg to differ, but I digress. Although fans have Belyat over his opponent's selection, the Omaha, Nebraska native has made it look incredibly easy in the ring selection. At the tail end of a 2002 calendar year, Crawford, after failing to secure a showdown against fellow champion Errol Spence, turned his attention towards David Avenesian. Officially, Crawford 39-0 will formally dismantle his man during the December bout, stopping the French contender in the 6th round. In Rocha, Bomac doesn't believe he'll pose much of a threat to the pound-for-pound luminary. But even with Bomac viewing him as binge foe, that doesn't mean he'll have Crawford going through the motions during training camp. In his opinion, all it takes is one bad night at the pugilistic office for things to go horribly wrong. This is Bomac words or verbatim, bar for bar. You still got to be in shape for those guys. Those guys are coming in shape. They're going to try their best to get the win. You definitely got to be in shape. So that's what Bomac had to say about his fighters, Bud Crawford's next opponent, right? So my thing is, and in there it even stated that, my bad, y'all. Let me start my test. My bad, y'all. But even in there, he admitted that, the Earl Spence Jr. fight had failed, right? So my thing is, if it failed and they call this guy your mandatory, why not go back and try to fight Earl Spence right now if that's the thing that you want to do? But what I'm saying is, right, it's people in here, right? My guy, I saw somebody just come up here. Let me get comments for a second. Appreciate some people to come. Where he at? He's at comment said, mind you, the mandatory ain't even due until May. So who pushed to get it made? You know what I mean? Another question, Another question. What did my guy say? He said Bud and Spence. My guy Raphael 32 said Bud and Spence, you know what I mean, are fighting in June. That's what I was saying earlier, man. Y'all ever notice? Y'all do your boy favor. Y'all hit that thumbs up. I'm finna go get my lighter. Y'all. Hold on for a second. Come on. All right, my bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. But yeah, see, so some people still believe, right, that the Earl Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford fight gonna happen, right? But just hear me out for a second. Hear me out. Do y'all notice, man? Y'all ever notice how when it comes to Earl Spence and Bud, for Terrence Crawford, right, for their side, it's always the next fight? I just broke it down. What's good, DJ Black Charm? Appreciate you sliding through this, John. DJ Black Charm. If y'all could, if it's your first time, if you could not make it your last time, hit that like button and subscribe as well. We talk this good boxing every day, not just today. Greatly appreciate y'all folks sliding through, right? But if you telling me that the fight gonna happen next, right? Do y'all notice how when it comes to Terrence Crawford and his side with Earl Spence, the fight is always one fight away. It's always the next fight. I just broke it down, right? When we was going through the whole Sean Porter thing, Sean Porter and Bud, right? What everybody was saying. Oh, Earl Spence next, right? So after Sean Porter fight, where you at, Big Fish? Okay, so we think it's next. And then the fight didn't happen, right? We thought the fight was going to happen after Earl fought Ugas, right? He fought Sean Porter. Earl was going to fight Ugas, right? So Earl fight Ugas, the fight's supposed to happen, like, after the Sean Porter fight, right? It's going to happen after the Sean Porter fight. So Earl fought Ugas, then Bud signed the fight David Avenese, you know what I mean? So it's after the Sean Porter fight, right? The fight ain't happened. They tell us, well, Bud gonna fight David Avenese. Bud gonna fight David Avenese to get ready for Earl. No, you don't want him going in there rusty. He ain't fought in a year. Y'all trying to get an advantage. Y'all trying to wait Bud out. Y'all want to have the advantage. Y'all want Bud to be rusty. So let him fight David Avenese to get himself ready for Earl Spence. So he fight David Avenese, right? He go fight Earl next after he fight David Avenese, right? Right? He go fight Earl next after he fight David Avenese, right? Right? Well, guess who we about to fight now? He fought David Avenese, and David Avenese fight over with, right? Guess who we about to fight now? Is it Earl? No, it's not Earl. It's not Earl. He about to fight Alexis Rocha. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Y'all see where I'm going with this? He's not about to fight Earl. He about to fight Alexis Rocha. You know what I mean? It seems like the fight with Earl Spence for Bud Crawford is always one fight away, y'all. And this ain't me. This ain't no Bud hate video because I fuck with Bud. You know what I mean? If y'all really been fucking with me, if y'all really been fucking with me, if y'all really, you know what I mean, been rocking here, y'all know I mess with Bud. A17 in here. Y'all can ask A17, I do fuck with Bud, but I'm a realist, man. I'm a realist. I don't make no excuses for you, even if I like you. I might pull you to the side and be like, hey, bro, you know that shit wasn't right. I might ride with you right there on the spot, but I'm going to tell you later on, hey, bro, you know that shit wasn't right. You know what I mean? I don't make excuses for nobody I like, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. He said, Eric can't make no real money fighting Thurman. If he fights Jamil, everybody know he's ducking. Spence versus Bud. It's happening in June. I feel you, Raphael. It's your name, Raphael. I feel you, Raphael, but man, come on, Raphael. That fight always the next fight away. You know what I mean? What happened to it being in January? What happened to it being in February? You know what I mean? Raphael, that fight, it always seems like that fight is one fight away, man. You know what I mean? And at this point, Raphael, I'd rather just be surprised when it happened, right? I'd rather be surprised when it happened and then come back and apologize to everybody. My bad, y'all told y'all that fight won't happen. It's happening, right? But I'm not getting my hopes up again because I feel like it's just promotion. I feel like anytime right now, either side, Earl side and Bud side. My blood coming up, I'm gonna have to roll up again. And it's both sides. I feel like anytime these sides use their name, Earl and Bud, they trying to promote another fight because that's what's been happening the whole time. Anytime Earl and Bud get going the hardest, boom, another fight pop up. I feel like anytime they put their two names together, they probably trying to promote another fight. You know what I mean? Type deal. I think it's promotion. I think it's promotion, man. Keep hope alive. I think that's where Earl and Bud is. Earl and Bud is keep hope alive. That's what I think. Earl and Bud is keep hope alive, man. And Karma make a good point. I don't know if Karma's still in the building, but Karma make a good point, though. The mandatory ain't due until May, right? The mandatory ain't due until May, right? So who pushed for the mandatory? Maybe it was Alexis Rocha, right? Maybe it was Alexis Rocha. You know what I mean? But who really did push for the Mendo? But my thing is, y'all, it's 20 people in the chat right now. Y'all talk to me, right? We know boxing in here, right? We know boxing in this motherfucker, right? What trumps a mandatory? Real question. What trumps a mandatory? He said, y'all keep filing for the banana in the tailpipe. Right, DP. What trumps a mandatory, right? For real. Y'all keep telling me they gonna fight next, but what really trumps a mandatory? And ain't no way y'all telling me he using these tune-ups to get ready for Earl Spence when he 39 fights in. I ain't buying that either. I'm not buying that he using these to tune up for Earl. What? There you go. There you go. Look at my man. Look at my man. Come on now. Look at my girl. Come on, bro. There you go. There you go. Tay D, what good, Tay D? Shout out my boy Tay D. What's my unification? Unification, right? Unifications. Undisputed. Trump's a mandatory. So guess what that means, y'all? Guess what they still means right now? That means right now, till this day, for two reasons. Karma just told y'all. One, because it ain't due to May. Until this day, unifications, undisputed, title fights, Trump's mandatories every single time. Every single time. Teddy. Sparring. And I'm coming from a different angle with it. Y'all was good, Cassandra. Appreciate you sliding this thing, Cassandra. I don't know. Did I drop the flames for quick? Let me make sure. I don't know. Just like this. Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Queen. Glad you make. I ain't sure if I dropped the flames for Queen. I know I gave her the shout out, but I ain't sure if I hit the flame. But I had to hit the flame. What's good, Cassandra? But hell yeah, I digress. I digress. But yeah, like right with the spawn partner thing, right? And I'm coming from a different angle with it. Right? I remember where I was at now. And I'm coming from a different angle with it, right? He's saying that this guy's a spawn partner, right, bro? But a lot of people did not watch that Bud versus Avanesian fight. A lot of us heard about it. A lot of us know the result, right? A lot of us know about the glove and all that shit, right? But a whole lot of us did not actually watch that fight from round 1 to round 6 or 7, whatever round it was, right? A lot of us did not watch that fight. You know what I mean? I watched that fight. I saw the choreography of the fight. I saw that Bud, went to the plan B in that fight. Bud plan A in that fight was to outbox David Avanesian and make it a clean fight. But what Bud was trying to use movement and angles against Avanesian, and Avanesian was still finding ways to clip Bud, you know what I mean, from round 1 to about round 4. You know what I mean? In about round 4, Bud made an adjustment to start inside fighting with David Avanesian. And David Avanesian was still clipping him, right? But Bud was starting to hurt him a little more. And eventually, Bud caught him and got him out of there, right? But my thing is, me being a Bud fan, I seen Bud slow down that night, right? I seen him try to use his angles and outbox Avanesian and him not really be able to get away from David Avanesian. You know what I mean? Right. And then I saw him, but look, Raphael. Look, Raphael. Chat my guy William. I see you know William. My friend reach your comment, William. But look, Raphael. See, look, CG. You say he was working on his inside game, right, Raphael? I say David Avanesian made him go to the inside game. I don't think originally Bud wanted to fight that fight like he fight every other fight at mid-range to distance. You know what I mean? But when he was trying to turn him, I think, right, Avanesian was putting pressure on him. Avanesian wasn't even putting pressure on him with the jab. He was walking him down, you know what I mean, throwing his hooks, right? But Avanesian was able to put pressure on him and actually hit Bud when Bud was trying to box. I said, Bud, damn, you letting this man hit you. You know what I mean? And then Bud actually had more success, Raphael, when he went to his inside game. That I did see. But that was his plan B, though. He didn't start their fight off like that. I think he wanted to outbox dude, use his angles, make it clean, get him up out of there. But I think Avanesian made him go to the inside game. Bud had stopped moving about like late 3rd, 4th round. Bud stopped moving and he started inside. That's when they started trading inside. That's when the inside war started. My thing is, right? What I'm saying is, Raphael, you don't if Avanesian, right? If Avanesian could, punch with you like that on the inside, Avanesian don't hit that hard, but he caught Bud with some stuff, right? Alexis Rocha hit harder than Avanesian. Alexis Rocha got a better inside game than Avanesian. You know what I mean? So if Avanesian was able to do that to you, you fighting on the inside against Alexis Rocha is what Alexis Rocha wants you to do. That's the kind of fight that Alexis Rocha wants. That's not how you beat Alexis Rocha. Alexis Rocha is an inside fighter. You beat Alexis Rocha about outboxing him, like Speedy Rashida, right? Like Blur Cobb tried to do. He used his movement, right? But he just didn't have the offensive game to beat Alexis Rocha. Alexis Rocha eventually stopped Blur Cobb, right? But that's how you beat him. He's giving Alexis Rocha a much better chance to beat him by having a fight in the inside. Raphael said Bud starts slow all the time. Porter, Benavidez, etc. Teddy said if he was working on the inside game, then it must not have went well because the KO came from mid-range. Yeah, that was catching and shooting. That time. Bud was, he got more flat-footed, like in the 4th round. But my thing is, fighting like that, that's not easy. Porter was down only 2 rounds. Yeah, facts. But he was more so boxing Porter, too. He didn't start inside fighting with Porter. Porter wasn't able to catch him, off his angles, because Porter is not that polished of a boxer, especially that Sean Porter, right? He's not that polished, when it comes to his boxing. Avanesian is more of a technical boxer than Sean Porter. Sean Porter would probably whoop Avanesian ass, right? But Avanesian is more technical than Porter, not better than Sean Porter at all. So don't get what I'm saying confused, right? I'm gonna roll up again. Not better than Sean Porter at all. You know what I mean? But he is more textbook, right, than Sean Porter. You know what I mean? So he was able to catch Bud with the angles and shit. A guy like Rocha, he's textbook as well. He's a textbook brawler. Like he's fundamental, but he's a brawler with it. But he do come from the ABCs, Alexis Rocha, Olympic. He do got an Olympic background. You know what I mean? I'm telling y'all, like, and Bud go beat him. Bud go beat him. Bud probably go stop him. Bro, these folks go fight. This gonna be a fight, bro. Somebody go have to get stopped down there. You know what I mean? Somebody want to have to get stopped. These guys gonna be punching on each other, bro. Bud and Rocha, entertaining, right? He said Porter moves a lot to make up for his weaknesses. Yeah, but he wasn't really not defensively, right, Raphael. He wasn't really defensively moving against but he was moving forward offensively, but defensively, he not really. Against Earl, he was on point, right? But defensively against Earl and Ugas, right? Ugas, he was on point because Ugas down there stopped him, and he had to be on point with Earl because they went to war, right? But for the most part, he not really. He move on offense. He more so, he more so of an offensive guy. He said that because Wills won't argue. What did Will say? We outside Larry. Will said, Bud only fights guys he knows that he could beat. Period. Bud wants no part of a real Will. Into that Will, what I'm saying is right now, I'm thinking right. If Bomac feeling like this is a sparring match, right? Let's say Bud feel like this gonna be a cakewalk, like some of the fans do or Bomac do, right? If he go in there playing, what I'm saying is I think Alexis Rocha is more than capable, you know what I mean, of getting Bud, challenging Bud. Like I think he's more than capable of, I say this. I think Alexis Rocha is capable of at least dropping Bud if Bud is not on his game. You know what I mean? That dude young, that dude hungry, that dude strong. You know what I mean? He's a compact athlete, right? Not like a agile athlete, but he's a compact athlete. You know what I mean, man? I think, bro, this gonna be entertaining. I saw Bud last fight, bro. The way Bud is fighting in the ladder of his career, right? He trading with guys more. He's doing more trading. He boxed them boy. He boxed Jose Benavidez. You know what I mean? He trading with guys a little more. You know what I mean? I think this is gonna be entertaining. None of that was good, Ty. My guy, keep 100 bucks. He said, man, Bomac called every fight a sparring match. Bud take every fight serious. Rocha going to sleep before the 6. Shout out to my guy, keep 100 bucks. My guy, keep 100 bucks, and one of the biggest Bud fans. He a real Bud fan though. He logical with it. He logical, and he can tell y'all. He can tell y'all I fuck with Bud. Teddy said, stop till you giving him an out. They go hear this shit and then justify the Rocha fight. I ain't giving him out. Nah, bro. Nah, I ain't giving him an out. Bro, Rocha is a this ain't no damn sparring match. You know what I mean? Like this ain't no sparring match, Teddy. This ain't no sparring match, bro. And I hope Bud really ain't feeling like it's a sparring match. And I hope Bomac them ain't treating it like it's a sparring match. You know what I mean? And then Ty. That man said David Avenesian was going to be a good fight. Bomac did. Bomac said that David Avenesian was going to be a good fight. He ain't called David Avenesian no bum. He tried to sell up that was a good fight. And now he's saying this dude a bum. What I'm really doing, right? I hope he bullshitting, right? But I'm really doing is calling bullshit. You know what I mean? He said all the PBC fighters don't want to fight Bud. He has gone into the weight that should have fought him when he entered the welter division. And my thing is, man, at this point, shit, we'll never really know. If it ain't for undisputed, I'm not interested. He said, oh my God. I'm telling y'all, yo. I ain't saying Bud not go win. Bud go win the fight. But if he going there, bro, Rocha is very capable, right? He's capable, right, of putting Bud on his ass. I'm telling y'all, he's capable of doing it. Capable. He does possess it. I got Bud winning this fight. 65-35, right? Something like that. Something like that. 65-35, right? I got Bud 30, something like that, right? Bud go win the fight, but it ain't no sparring match, bro. He's actually early, but he's just trying not to spark this one. I'm ready to roll up again, Teddy. I'm finna roll up again, Teddy. But nah, bro. I'm calling bullshit though, because that man said David Avenesian was a good fight, but Alexis Rocha is a spawn match. So we going with the Teddy. I ain't talking about how I feel, right? I ain't talking about how I feel, right? This is Bomac saying that his next fight ain't worth for that, right? This is Bomac saying his next fight ain't worth nothing, right? So if you know that this next mandatory fight that you got ain't worth nothing, right? Why not go ahead and unify the division? What happened to getting undisputed? What happened to fighting Errol Spence, right? Right? And this ain't even me holding on to a pipe dream. What I'm saying is, if you're the trainer and his manager, Bomac, and you know this fight ain't worth anything, right? This fight not even gonna get you paid that much. You know what I mean? You know this fight ain't worth much. Why not go for undisputed? Unification. Let me put one. Let me put because I like looking at that. Unification. Trump's mentor. Right, Teddy. Roger said he's shaky. He said because he doesn't want to fight T. Ain't no such thing as halfway crook. Oh, dog. And then, bro, it's always one fight away, dog. Always one fight away. And I swear I like Bud. I swear I like Bud. But that's just my angle, TD, right? That's my angle, TD. You know what I mean? That's my angle. I know most people feel like that fight ain't worth a dang. I know most people feel like that fight. He said, we know Bud is going to be in Hall of Fame. Is Danny Garcia. Porter is keep going. Is Earl's career again today? He might get in early. Here you go, Raphael. Here you go, Raphael. Nah, not necessarily, bro. Not necessarily, bro. Not necessarily, bro. If he going to fight Raphael, man, he's still fighting right now. Until he get there, he should most definitely want to fight, the guy with 3 belts in his division. If I got 1 belt in my division, right? If I got a division and it's a guy with 3 belts in my division, why wouldn't I do everything possible? Why wouldn't I do everything possible? You know what I mean? To fight the guy with the 3 belts. You know what I mean? At this point, think about it like this, Raphael. You saying who you said Bud, Earl needs Bud, right? My thing is, right? Earl is trying to do something that Bud already did, right, Raphael? Earl's trying to do something Bud already did. Bud got undisputed already. Earl trying to get his first undisputed. So I get what you're saying in that aspect, right? Earl need Bud, right? So I get what you're saying, right? But hear me out on this one. Bud can do something, right, that nobody ever did. Earl Spence is trying to do something that Bud already did, that Devin Haney already did, that Roy Jones already did. Right now, yeah, hear me out. Hear me out, Raphael. Hear me out. Hear me out. Fast, Raphael. I'm doing that on purpose. So that means you with me, right? Right? Earl trying to do something, right, that a lot of people done, right? Not a whole lot of people, right? But a number of people have done, right? But Bud Crawford got a chance to do something that nobody has done. You saying that Earl need Bud, but hear me out. Bud need Earl because Bud Crawford can do something that nobody has done. Earl trying to put his name on the undisputed list. Bud Crawford, now don't shoot him. Bud Crawford can put his name on the list by himself, a list that Muhammad Ali not on, a list that Larry Holmes not on, a list that Lennox Lewis not on, a list that Sugar Ray Leonard not on, a list that Sugar Ray Robinson not on, a list that Evander Holyfield not on, a list that Tommy Hearns not on, a list that nobody is on. Bud got a chance to get 2 undisputed as a man. No man in a 4-belt era No man in the 4 belt era has had undisputed. You telling me Earl need Bud, right? Earl trying to do something that's been done before. Right? Earl trying to do something that ain't never been done before. You know what I mean? Earl trying to do something that's been done before by multiple people. Bud got a chance to do something that never been done. None of them. Nobody. Nobody. Nobody has done this. Nobody ever. Nobody has ever done this. Nobody has ever done this. You know what I mean? Y'all got to make it make sense to me, man. Y'all don't shoot right field. Don't shoot right field. Don't shoot right field. Go rocket shit. Everybody trying to get that bad buzz so he can Tell you, y'all do your boy favor. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy if you just go. And then we having a conversation on what Bomac had to say. We having a conversation on what Bomac had to say about Rocha. I disagree with Bomac, you know what I mean? But I know a lot of people that agree with Bomac. I knew this was gonna be interesting because he said, then I gotta go to him. You're not gonna let me bust my gun. Don't shoot him, bro. Don't shoot him, bro. He got an opinion, bro. He got an opinion. Let him have his opinion, bro. This is a opinion. Y'all can speak y'all shit, man. We having a convo, man. Y'all can speak y'all shit, though. I want y'all to talk about it. I want us to talk about it. We need some, diverse. He said Rocha got bodied by Rashidi. If we give him title shots, give my brother Speedy Rashidi Ellis that title shot. Shout out my guy Ghost. Appreciate you sliding through this thing. William Old School said Bud is trying to keep Spence from becoming undisputed, and since he doesn't have the balls to fight him, he would rather hold the belt. He would rather hold the belt hostage like a cow. Man. Dog. He said Rashidi Ellis deserves his shots. These niggas robbed him. Now they hiding Villa and hiding Boost too. Doofus give Rashidi the WBO shot. He said, you're right. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that thumbs up. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. Cookie said there's a difference in talking about it and sounding batch crazy as hell. Yeah. Y'all let him live. Don't jump him. Don't jump him, y'all. Don't jump him. Don't jump him, family. Don't jump him, family. Y'all let him live. Because then he'll be like, Southern T, block me. And I want people to understand, I don't, nah, that ain't what I'm about. Because I do like Bud. I know I can see now, right, that he's a Bud fanatic. But that's cool. That's cool. But I'm here to speak logic. I'm waiting for him to say something back to what I, had to say. You know what I mean? People want to make it, Earl Spence got more cars than Bud. Bud got more cars than Earl Spence. Earl Spence dressed better than Bud. Bud dressed better than Earl Spence. Bud fucked more hoes. Earl fucked more hoes. Earl got more money. Bud got more money. I don't care about that. I don't care who dig bigger. I don't care. I don't care about that, bro. I want to see two people fight. And when I'm logically putting together each situation, right? What's going on, what everybody said, how people move, their actions, their history. When I do that logically, no matter how much I like Terrence Crawford, I come up with Terrence Crawford don't want to fight Earl Spence. You know what I mean? I don't care about all that extra stuff. None of that extra stuff gets me to fight. Film study. What's good, Shay girl? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Queen. Glad you can make it. I need to go get my weed in the water bottle. I need to go get my weed in the water bottle. You know what I mean? Film study, you a fool. I'm tripping up. Hold on, Ghost. I see your joint goes for a second. Film study said, why should we respect Bud's opponent when Bomac does it? And that's exactly really what I'm saying, right? Despite how I feel, because I feel like Rocha actually posed a bit of a threat. You know what I mean? But, right, film study. Exactly, film study. Why should we respect an opponent if you don't, right? And how can we take you seriously if you telling us Avanesian was going to be a challenge, but Rocha is going to be the sparring match? So why is you putting him in there with sparring matches when you know the whole world want you to fight Errol Spence. You know that. Everybody know that. And you go put him in there in a sparring match, right? And you know it's a sparring match. It's basically just saying, fuck what we talking about. You know what I mean? It's basically saying, fuck what we talking about. You know what I mean? And you can't say, well, it's a mandatory because we've been through this. What trumps a mandatory? We all know that unification, quickly, quickly, uh, Karma already told us what Trump's mandatory, undisputed, unification, titles, Trump's mandatory every time. You know what I mean? He said, "Why do?" Here we go. He said, "Why do?" I know y'all shot him for the Earl sexual jump. Well, y'all ain't shooting for the Earl sexual. I can't believe that. Let me say. He said, "Why do Earl sexual get so mad when you talk about their fighters' weakness? Bud has weaknesses that you and I just talked about. A lot of Earl casual fans." Say Dio fool. Oh man, y'all up this boy. Hey, she took the words right out of my mouth. Y'all turn this one. No. He's always giving Bud a pass for this fight because once a fight is ordered, undisputed don't trump that fight. Only time it do if someone takes the effects. Right, Ghost. And you know, right, Ghost, but right, because you know how this shit works, Ghost. You know more than enough boxing. And you know more than enough boxing business to know for an undisputed fight, bro. It ain't no amount of money they kept aside. You got to think, Ghost. Alexis Rocha probably made at the most what 700,000 for a fight, at the most 600,000 maybe. You know what I mean? For a fight, bro, they gonna give Alexis Rocha 1.5 million to step aside. That boy gonna step aside so fast. That boy gonna step aside like the goddamn this shit kind of St. Louis two-step. That boy gonna step aside so goddamn fast. You know what I mean? You know what's going on. If they really wanted an undisputed fight, you know what's going on. And we clearly know one side do, right? Look at it from this angle, right? I'm trying to BC, man, they in here going ham. Film study said Bomac said we getting Mean Machine out of there in 3 rounds. Then Mean Machine dropped, but in 3 rounds. Look, hey, Teddy said it wasn't even the Earth's comment. It was the context of it. He ain't saying no. I knew he wasn't gonna get past that judge too long. Y'all, wow. Don't block him though. Don't block him, y'all. Okay, so don't block him, y'all. Just shoot. If y'all go deal with him, just deal with him. Don't block him though. Let him come back. You know what I mean? Raphael, if I see you again in the afterlife, I'll ring you up, bro, so they won't tear your ass up every time you come through here. You know what I mean? He said, bro, they offer Rocha Millie, he probably step aside, but no one giving that boy Millie. The budget don't get enough to please both Spence and Bud. This the networks. Dog, Earl and Bud goes Earl and Bud to get that nigga 500K a piece, tell them step aside. It's gonna be easy to get Rocha out of there. For sure. Shagger said Bud Bobby. It's just like for they both. Dog. But yeah, man. He said, yeah, he only tapped out because of bullshit last part. Other than that, he was such as in. He said, don't reach up. It's all like that. Oh man. I appreciate y'all, dog. Easy. I'm still gonna let this out there have it. Troll him right in the chat. Dog. But now film study said it best though. Look, see, I kind of believe, right? Me, right? I believe it's opportunity. Film study too. I just read that comment about the 3 rounds again. I believe it's opportunity. He's a buzz state disrespect, buzz the police car carry, watch for buzz follow. Right. He feels they said it, man. Right. And then part is he gave David Avenesian credit. I'm guessing because David Avenesian was the jump right after Earl, right? He had to say, well, David Avenesian is a good fighter. I guess he had to say that because it was right after the Earl Spence thing, right? But he gave David Avenesian some credit, and then you go come out here out your mouth and tell us that Alexis Rocha is some trash, right? And again, I asked the question. Man. Why not just make Undisputed? Why not just make Alexis Rocha? First of all, Alexis Rocha is not going to be the guy. Alexis Rocha is not going to go down as the guy. He don't want to be the guy that stopped the Undisputed fight. Bud don't want these fights. The Bud and Earl fight is always one fight away. It's always one fight away. I made this EP to really say that I think Bomac tripping. I think Bomac is tripping. You know what I mean? You think this is a sparring match, but Avenesian wasn't a sparring match? I'm telling you, and then if you Bomac, right? You tripping because if you know this is a sparring match, why would you say this shit out loud in the thick of Earl Spence and Bud Crawford, right? In the thick of Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. Bomac got to learn when to keep his mouth shut, man. What's good, Evan? Appreciate you starting this thing. Bomac got to learn to keep his mouth shut. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time. I got 18 people. I got 20 people in the building right now. I got 39 likes. Y'all get your boy to 50 likes. I need 11 more y'all to hit that thumbs up for your boy. We in this thing cooking, man. I don't really got, much to do. We having us a boxing convo. You know what I mean? About the comments that Bomac made. My thing is at this point, he said they aren't the sharpest knives in the drawer T. Y'all already know. He said, bro, these the same niggas who said Bud deserves the A-side cuss gun boy was better than anyone Earl beat. Clearly, these guys aren't with a full deck. What's good? What's good, Eddie? What's good, Eddie Golf Club? Appreciate you sliding Golf Club. Eddie Golf Club can do your boy a favor. Could you hit that thumbs up for your boy? Could you also not make this your last time, bro? I don't know if it's your first time, but if you could not make it your last time, hit that subscription button. We talk this good boxing every day, not just today. We're here having us 147-pound conversation. It's looking like that Alexis Rocha. Matter of fact, it is. It's already set in stone because the WBO ordered it. Now, just appreciate you, Eddie. Just because they ordered it doesn't mean that it's going to necessarily happen, right? Because we see fights get ordered all the time and they don't happen, right? But because Bud only has one belt, right? And because Bud has had this one belt ever since he got to the 147-pound division, he's had this one belt for the last 4 years. I'm guessing that he's going to defend this belt, right? So they ordered this fight. I told y'all about 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago, something like that Alexis Rocha and Bud Crawford probably was going to be fighting based on the ranking system, right? Based on, the Keith Thurman and Earl Spence rumor, based on Boots going the IBF route, right? And it was David Avenesian then ranked the spot before him, then losing the Bud, right? I told y'all that's probably going to put, Alexis Rocha in line, you know what I mean? And you got Bomac coming out and saying that it's more than likely probably going to be his next fight. You know what I mean? So it's looking like that it's going to be Alexis Rocha versus Bud Crawford. My thing is, we know that that's not the fight that the people want to see, right? My thing is now you got the rumblings coming back. I'm gonna go get my weed. My thing is now you got the rumblings coming back. Oh well, Bud and Earl go fight in June. Bud and Earl go fight. They go fight after this fight, right? Somebody got to tell me, man, why is it always one fight away? Now I said numerous times it's promotion. I said you ain't gonna catch Southern T, pushing that fight no more until I see Earl Spence actually said. I see Al Heyman said. Till I see somebody, from the PBC side, you know what I mean, or I see somebody I trust, you know what I mean, confirm that, John. You know what I mean? Not no Mike Coppinger, not no Michael Benson, you know what I mean, nothing like that. I gotta see somebody that I trust for sure. You know what I mean? Confirm that, John. Because at this point, I'm done pushing, them fake dates. I'm done getting, the fans excited. I'm done separating the fans, right? Because this fight is good for boxing, right? Earl versus Bud. If this fight actually happens, if this fight don't happen for real, this fight is terrible for boxing. Because I seen this fight do a whole lot of divide. You know what I mean? Of good people. You know what I mean? I seen this fight. You know what I mean? Divide good people. They're acting damn fool too. I seen check. I seen goddamn friends fall out about Earl and Bud. You know what I mean? Not talk to each other over goddamn Earl and Bud. You know what I mean? So this fight is only good, right? If this joint actually come on. Wait, I'm gonna get some water, y'all. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. But yeah. My thing is, every time this fight come up right, every time Earl and Bud come up right, mostly, and I pay attention to these things, right? Every time Earl versus Spinks, I'm at y'all, right? Because I could be tripping, right? Let me see if my tripping. Let me ask y'all. If am I tripping right? Feel because somebody be tripping. I feel like every time Earl, I feel like every time Earl and Bud at his thickest, right? Every time Earl and Bud at his thickest, right? It's always right before Bud Crawford got a fight. Always. It's never in the free time, right? It's always when Bud Crawford got a fight, right? I really feel like after that last time, the last time should have showed everybody. That last time should have showed everybody how you go negotiate with somebody for 6 months, right? And then at the end of the year, you sign to fight a whole different dude. You know what I mean? That whole negotiation with Errol Spence, me personally, I feel like was just promotion and build up to get him to the David Avenija fight. Oh yeah, well we go fight after David Avenija, right? And now we got another situation. Oh well, we go fight after Alexis Rocha. It's always a build up, and it's always before Bud fights, not before Earl fights, not before Earl fights. Notice what I'm saying. I want y'all to hear me. I want y'all to really hear me. What I'm saying. Not before Earl fights, right? But it's always right before Bud Crawford fights. It's always right before Bud Crawford fights. It get real thick. He's a folks think they fluid and they not fluid. Spence versus Bud will never happen because of the egos of certain parties involved in the networks. And Ghost, at this point, I really think mostly is ego. I think mostly is ego. You know what I mean, Ghost? For real. And then look, think about it like this. And people gonna call me a Earl, an Earl fan, an Earl sexual, whatever, because I say this, right? But how could it be, Earl Spence's fault, right? And Bud Crawford has said this multiple times. Right? How could it be Earl Spence's fault if Earl Spence not even at the table, right? How could it be Spence's fault if Earl Spence not even at the table? You know what I mean? Watch this. Here go another one, right? How can it be Earl Spence's fault, right? Because this is a report that I saw from Bud's people, right? This is a report I saw from Bud's people. Bud Crawford agreed to all the terms in the contract. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the report? Y'all remember the report that came out, right? That Bud Crawford agreed to all the terms in the contract, right? Right. So how can it be Earl Spence's fault if PBC, right? Earl Spence side is the one offering the contract, right? And reports dropped. And you said it too. In that video when you was explaining why you was fighting David I need, you said it too. You said you agreed to all the terms. So my thing is, right, if a contract got sent to you and you agreed to all the terms, why didn't the contract get signed? Why didn't the contract get signed? How do you agree to the terms in the contract and don't sign it? So that means that you had a contract on the table, right? But now you want me to believe, that y'all, right, that y'all about to fight in June. But at first you want me to believe that y'all was gonna fight in July. Then you want me to believe that y'all was gonna fight in September. Then you want me to believe that y'all was gonna fight in January. Now you want me to believe that y'all gonna fight in June. It seemed like y'all want me to believe that y'all gonna fight every time my boy Bud Crawford got a fight coming up. You know what I mean? I'm starting to feel like, right, y'all realized, right, just like I see, right, that Bud is as popular as he ever been when his name is tied to Errol Spence. Bud has always been a highly talented boxer. Bud hasn't always been a household name. Bud hasn't always been a noticeable name. Not notable name in boxing, but a noticeable name. Bud's profile, Bud's image, Bud's name has grown leaps and bounds compare Bud's last, let's say, 5 or 6 years, right? When this whole Earl Spence thing started, right? Let's compare his last 5 or 6 years, right, to his first, 8 years. You know what I mean? You compare the two, right? I think it's fair to say, right, that Bud has grown tremendously in the wake of this Errol Spence, Bud Crawford saga and this whole thing. You know what I mean? I think he's grown tremendously within this space, right? I think they figured out, right? Just like I feel like they figured out, just like I see that, it's profitable, it's lucrative to place, their fight above Crawford with Errol Spence because it is. But my thing is, right, it could be lucrative, right? But it's also unethical to keep placing yourself with Errol Spence if you're really not going to fight him. You know what I mean? It's unethical to keep, stringing the fans along as if, oh yeah, I'm gonna fight Earl next, puppet master. A lot of us forget, that he called himself the puppet master. Can y'all hear me? A lot of us forget that he called himself the puppet master. You know what I mean? I kind of see the play, man. And I hope right deep down, right, I hope this time that I'm completely wrong, right? I hope this time I'm completely wrong and Earl and Bud really are gonna fight in June. I tell you this, right? Let me be optimistic for us. Let me tell you, right? Let me tell you why I could be right. Hold on. They trying to get me. They trying to right now. Hold on. Yo. Okay, bet. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do it like this for a second. They trying to get me. They trying to get me right now. Hold on. I'm cooking. All right, then I forgot what I was saying. Y'all know I'll be high. Oh yeah, okay. Look, let me tell y'all why I think this fight actually might happen. Right, the slither. Right. Let me tell y'all why if this fight do happen. This why it happened. Because Bud Crawford, right? Earl Spence had fought Sean Porter. He saw Earl Spence fight Yordenis Ugas, right? At that point, both fighters were in shape. That would have been the best time, right? What's good, Raphael? Come on, Raphael. That's why they shot you last time, Raphael. That's why they shot you last time, Raphael. Don't do that, Raphael. I'm trying to reach you. Hold on. Let me get you right before they shoot you again, bro. Because I want you to have an opinion. I want you to have an opinion. But hear me out, because I want you to hear this. You the person that I want to hear this. You know what I mean? You the person that I want to hear this, y'all. That's why I don't want y'all to shoot them, because them the people that I'm talking to. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a little dialogue. I want to make it logical. He said T don't do it. Now I want to rap with him for a second, because he need to hear this. You know what I mean? He those type of ones that need to hear this. Take D on here. DP said don't do it. Hold on, Raphael. I made you a mod, bro. So when you come back, they ain't gonna be able to shoot you, bro. They ain't gonna be able to shoot you when you come back, Raphael. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that thumbs up. Judah, what's good? Inside the Square Circle with King Judah. What's good, pimpin'? Appreciate you sliding through this, John King. Glad you can make it, pimp. He said, "What the fuck, T?" He need to hear this, DP. Raphael, come on back, Raphael. Come on back, Raphael. Come on back, Raphael. Y'all just insult Raphael in the chat. Let me rent you a film study too. I'm gonna rent you a film study too. Where you at, film? I'm gonna rent you up two film study. I'm gonna rent you up two film. There you go, film. You rented up two film study. Who else in here that I ain't? Cause y'all gonna keep tearing Raphael ass up. I see that. Anybody else in here? That I didn't. Let me go and get Ray Buck back. Ray Buck came back. Ray Buck, I just rinsed you up, Ray Buck. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I digress. Yeah, just insult him like Teddy doing. Yeah. Dang, I was saying something good too. I was about to say something good. Hold on. I'm finna find out and say y'all know I'll be high. But I feel like I was about to say something good too. Hold on. In the weights of this Earl Spence, Bud Crawford fighting Joe. I tell you this, right? Oh yeah. I was about to tell y'all if the fight do happen, right? Let me tell y'all, if the fight do happen, this is why it happened. This is where I was going with it, right? You had Terrence Crawford fight Sean Porter, right? You heard you had Crawford fight Sean Porter, right? And then you had Earl Spence turn around and fight Yordenis Ugas, right? If they had a fault, you know what I mean? Like in that summer, right? They had a fight like in June, July, something like that last year. That would have been the perfect time. Both of them had a fight. They both was coming off wins, right? They both had a fight. They both were coming off win. They both was in shape, right? That would have been the best time, like physically, right? That would have been the best time physically, right? For them to go get down. You know what I mean, right? Both guys was in shape. Both guys coming off wins. Both guys look good. Sean Porter was Bud Crawford's best win. Yordenis Ugas is probably Earl Spence's, you know what I mean, best win. One of his best wins. Kell Brook probably Earl Spence's best win, right? I will put Yordenis Ugas too because of the fashion, the performance that he put on against Yordenis Ugas, right? They both was coming off big wins, right? We can say that, right? They both was coming off big wins. They both was in shape physically. That would have been the best time to make the fight happen. And the fight didn't happen, right? And I think that's probably part of the reason that the fight didn't happen. Right? But let me tell you why I think this fight will happen now. Because Bud Crawford said, you know, they negotiated for a while, right? So Bud Crawford was farther away from his fight than Earl Spence was. So Bud Crawford said, okay, I need a tune-up fight, right? So let me get a tune-up fight. So he had one tune-up fight. Earl Spence fought Yordenis Ugas. They both still in pretty good shape. Because now Earl Spence fought Daniel Ugas about what, 4 or 5 months ago, right? And Bud just had a fight. So they both still in shape, right? Boom. So he fight Avanesian, right? They negotiations fall out or whatever. Now they saying negotiations are picking back up. He's about to fight Alexis Rocha. Now let's say he fight Alexis Rocha. That's gonna be in July, in May, or something like that, right? So you'll have Earl Spence even further away from his last fight than Bud Crawford. You have Bud Crawford, who would have had 2 fights. You know what I mean? And Earl Spence ain't had a fight since he fought Yordanis Ugas over a year ago. Y'all get where I'm going with this? Y'all get where I'm going with this? So if that fight is to happen now, I think that fight will probably happen because, Earl Spence has been out the ring for over a year. You got Bud Crawford coming off 2 straight fights. Maybe they give Bud the confidence he needs to beat Earl Spence, right? Now, I personally don't think it's going to happen, but me knowing, me just looking at the situation, I think maybe Bud will feel like he'll be able to get Earl Spence right now. You know what I mean? Maybe he feel like, he'll be able to get Earl Spence right now. You know what I mean? That's the only slither of hope I get this fight to happen. My bad. I digress. My bad. Raphael said, I can go another way. O'Shaquie Foster can go undisputed or unified 130 by beating Navarrete or Oscar Valdez. I know boxing. I'm not just all about early. Okay. Let me start y'all beating. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna be the one, right, to push, Earl and Bud fight. I basically did this EP right. To highlight the fact that, you know what I mean, Bomac is he clearly saying, his next fight with Rocha is a bum, right? He pretty much saying he didn't say he a bum. He said it's gonna be a sparring match, right? So if you know it's gonna be a sparring match, right? I don't think it's gonna be a sparring match. I think Bud very well could run into a little trouble after seeing his last fight versus David Avanesian. And if y'all ain't seen his last fight versus David Avanesian, I challenge y'all to go watch it. And y'all can watch it from start to finish. And y'all kind of see what I'm saying. And then you put him in there with Alexis Rocha. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be, I think it's going to be entertaining. Nonetheless, it's going to be entertaining. You know what I'm saying? I think Bud, and I said that after the Avanesian fight the next morning on my fight breakdown. On my post-fight reaction. I said I think Bud may have lost a step. You know what I mean? Bud, 34, 35? I think it's fair to say that, Bud may have, lost a step. I saw him, let a guy who I felt like, shouldn't have been able to touch him. You know what I mean? I saw him let him Avanesian, who I didn't think would be able to compete with him. You know what I mean? He made that fight a firefight. Nonetheless, he just, so if that's the case, why sign the fight, Coach Roach? Yep. But I do think, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I do think it's a factor in this, right? I do think a factor plays into this that, Bud got to be on his game. Bud got to be on his P's and Q's. Yeah, I got to find I gotta find that Bud versus Avanesian fight, and we gotta have a watch party, y'all. We could watch it. So I let y'all inside my head to kind of see what I saw, right? See how I saw it. I gotta find that jump, man, so we can do a watch party. I ain't even go monetize that jump. I just want to break it down so we can watch it together. Because I know a lot of y'all didn't watch it. I wanted that jump on YouTube. I gotta find that jump. Oh, you know what I mean? Cause I saw shit in that fight that that I ain't like stuff that I know Earl can exploit, right? But stuff that I think Alexis Rocha can exploit. Stuff I think that Rocha can exploit. You know what I mean? I also want to talk about that Frank Martin and Shakur shit. I'm gonna talk about that too at some point today. You know what I mean? I might come back at either they just posted on pause. See, none of y'all witness thing talking about he's a whole generational avoider, but he went to the wedding protection work out of here. What's good, y'all? None of y'all, we just we having this conversation about what Bud had to say in his opponent, about what Bomac had to say about Bud next opponent. You know what I mean? At this point, I really just want the Earl Spence and Bud talks, to go away. True enough, I really wish Earl would just go ahead and move to 154, but I do know that Earl Spence really do want this fight, undisputed fight. Something in the back of my mind, Rocha, yeah. Something in the back of my mind tell me that. Something in the back of my mind tell me that maybe Earl Spence saying that he injured, he ain't had a fight, maybe to try to get Bud to fight him. You know what I mean? Maybe if Bud in shape and Earl, coming off another little car accident, maybe Bud might hop in there. You know what I mean? But I don't want to sell that pipe dream to all y'all, though. I think about that shit at night when I go to bed. In the back of my mind, right? Like maybe Bud might think Earl out of shape and he might, you know what I mean? I think about that sometimes, but deep down, that fight ain't gonna happen. You see, the reason I can't believe in that fight, right? Because I keep giving myself a little slither of reasons to believe this shit gonna happen. You know what I mean? At first it was okay, yeah, they both healthy and they got enough time so it makes sense. Some more bullshit happen. Oh yeah, he gonna fight him after this, some more bullshit happen. Oh yeah, he gonna fight him after this, some more. You know what I mean? Nah, man, that fight ain't gonna happen. I really don't feel like Bud want to fight that dude. I never saw Bud energy be like this with nobody. You know what I mean? Not quite like this. You know what I mean? And we clearly know at this point Bud had contracts on the table and shit. So if he was gonna fight him, man, he would have already fought him at this point, man. If he was gonna fight him, he could have already fought him at this point. Bud talk about he want 20 million guaranteed and shit. Bud ain't getting 20 million guaranteed from nobody else, nowhere else. How you go demand 20 million guaranteed? How you go? What's good, film study? How you go demand 20 million guaranteed from Earl? What that sound like to y'all? If you never made 20 million in your life for a fight, if you never made 10 million for a life in your fight, you go to and you ask for 20 million off the wall. What that sound like? You know what I mean? It's a lot of ways to duck people, right? It's a lot of ways to duck people, right? To me, that sound like pricing yourself out. That sound like pricing yourself out to me. If you asking me, man, that's pricing your goddamn self out. I mean, but Bomac said Alexis Rocha, it's gonna look like a sparring match. I'm telling y'all, this the homework for the day. This is what I want y'all to do. I challenge y'all. I challenge y'all to watch Bud versus Alexis Rocha. I challenge y'all to watch that, right? I challenge y'all to watch it. Really watch it, right? What I saw was Bud go out there and try to box Alexis Rocha, but I mean not Alexis Rocha. I mean David Avenesian. I'm sorry. Go watch Bud versus David Avenesian. What I saw was Bud try to I saw David Avenesian be able to catch Bud, right? And I saw Bud have to go into his bag and have to start, catching and shooting with David Avenesian because he really couldn't get out the way of David Avenesian punches. Some people say, oh, he wanted to work on his inside game in that fight. I think David Avenesian made him fight on the inside of that fight because he couldn't really get away from David Avenesian walking him down. And if you can't get away from David Avenesian walking you down, then you know what I mean. But
it's gonna get ugly if you get in there with Earl Spence and David Avenija don't hit as hard as Alexis Rocha. Alexis Rocha is a better inside fighter than David Avenija. David Avenija is a compact athlete, but he's more athletic than David Avenija. He's stronger than David Avenija, right? Alexis Rocha is 25 years old, physical prime. You know what I mean? If you fight Alexis Rocha on the inside, that's giving Alexis Rocha a better chance. Now I got Bud to beat Alexis Rocha, but if Bud got to fight Alexis Rocha on the inside, I think that fight do get a little interesting. You know what I mean? I think that fight do get a little interesting, right? So I challenge y'all to go watch Bud versus David Avenija, and then watch a couple of Alexis Rocha fights, and tell me what y'all think. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna hold y'all in this thing too long, man. It's in the holiday, so the T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love.